Yo, what's going on, man? Today's episode 157, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the truth about fast results, okay? Now, is it true some methods for diet and exercising are more effective than others? Obviously, there are. And there are people who want to get fast results, and it makes sense. Like, getting in shape is probably the least sexiest thing possible. You gotta watch what you eat and you gotta exercise, okay? Most people have an issue with that, right? So when someone says, how fast can I get results? I usually tell them it depends on how much you're willing to do and how much you're willing to sacrifice. Like, for example, let's say you're someone who doesn't want to give up some of your favorite food, so you opt into intermittent fasting, right? Obviously, someone who counts their calories and avoids all the garbage crap that you still want to enjoy will probably achieve faster results than you. If there's someone who's doing cardio every single day and you do cardio maybe like a couple times a week, the person who's doing cardio every single day is going to burn more calories, therefore get results faster than you. And then on top of that too is just little minor things like one person maybe sleep for an optimal 7 to 8 hours versus another person has a messed up sleep schedule, so it fucks around with the rest of the training. What it really comes down to is how much you're willing to sacrifice and how much more you're willing to do, all right? The more you're willing to do and the more you're willing to sacrifice, the faster you can get the results. But here's what the main issue that arises from that, right? Now, we all know people, and maybe this is even you. You know, you start doing what you need to do and to get fast results. So you sacrifice a lot and you do more than you normally would. That's great, right? But how many times do we see that same motherfucker bounce back to their old self? Like, have you ever noticed when someone hits like their weight loss goal, or maybe someone that lost a lot of weight and then a couple years later they gained it all back? Is because they did the approach of the fast results approach, but what they didn't keep in mind is that in order to sustain their body, they would have to do all that shit they were doing previously for the rest of their life. And I know for some people doing cardio every day, all right, maybe you did a lot of cardio in order to lose weight. Maybe you're not willing to do cardio every single day for the rest of your life, all right? And what this ultimately comes back down to is your habits, right? So when it comes to your habits, like for example, brushing your teeth every day, taking a shower, you don't have to fucking think about, oh, should I take a shower today? Or I don't feel like taking it. You take it regardless. It shouldn't hit your brain and be like, I don't feel like taking a shower today. Hopefully it doesn't, all right? Maybe there's a couple dirty motherfuckers out there that think this, and yo, listen, we gotta fix that up, brother. We gotta fix that up, because that shit ain't normal. But with that being said, man, it's like, if you can just make the habit of following a diet that you could adhere to for the rest of your life, and then you find a training regimen that you can do and you can see yourself doing the rest of your life, then hitting your goal will happen. It'll happen. Maybe it might be slower, maybe it might be faster, but when you develop habits around your goals, what will happen is once you hit the goal, you'll keep it, because it's just becomes who you are as a person. You don't need to be told, oh, go to the gym today. When you don't go to the gym, you feel like something's off because you built that habit and stuff, okay? So for anyone out there that wants to get fast results, I suggest focusing on the habits, okay? Because would you rather get fast results and then, bounce back to where you were? Maybe it might not even be that bad, but maybe you drop off after, or would you want to take maybe a slower approach, but you build the habits that will, for a lifetime, let you keep that body you desire, right? That's what it all comes down to, man. So if you're one of these people who are like, what's the fastest way I can get results? What's the fastest way I can get abs this summer? Stop focusing on that shit, okay? Focus on actions that you can make become a habit regularly. And when you find the habits and the eating plan that you can follow regularly and see yourself do the rest of your life, then the only thing that is stopping you from hitting your goal is time, okay? That's the one caveat. It may take a bit longer, But I'm telling you, you would much rather be able to sustain your gains and progress than having to bounce back because you wanted to get shit done faster, all right? It's like sometimes, like, the analogy is like taking one step every single day, but versus someone who may take 3 or 4 steps 1 or 2 days and then they go back 2 or 3 steps the day after. Eventually, over like a year or two's time, the other person already crossed the motherfucking race, and the dude who keeps going back and forward, all right, that dude's still at the halfway point, man. Even though at the beginning he was ahead of him, all right. So if you're gonna gain anything from today's video, man, don't focus on getting results fast. Focus on making the habits, like going to the gym regularly. Or if you think you won't be able to go to the gym regularly, at least do 3 to 5 times a week, okay? If, for example, this specific diet you could do for a certain period of time, but you know later on in the future you're not going to be able to adhere to it, then don't do that diet because it's going to be useless in the long term. It may be useful in the short term, but it's going to hurt you in the long term. It's going to fuck with your psychology a lot if you end up regressing backwards, man. But anyways, man, appreciate everybody who checked out today's video. If you are someone who is looking to be efficient with their fitness and want that extra help, click the link in the description to apply to my coaching academy, where I'll personally help you one-on-one to hit your fitness goal and come up with a plan that adheres to not only your lifestyle, but also something that is sustainable for you to do. But other than that, man, I appreciate everyone who checked out today's video. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.